We got X-Wings in the house. Welcome, marketing chefs. I've got something truly special cooking in our Omni-Channel oven today. 2020 Lego Star Wars Poe Dameron's X-Wing fighter from The Rise of Skywalker. Up next in the Marketing Kitchen. Welcome to the kitchen, the Marketing Kitchen. Hi, I'm Ron Vining, your host of MarketingKitchenTV. I'm excited to unbox and build Poe Dameron's X-Wing Starfighter from The Rise of Skywalker. More excited than even the build itself because I've got a number of X-Wings, which I'll be sharing with you in today's episode, is the completion of adding a Knight of Ren. Well, completion until the 2 more come and a set due out later this August. But I'm very excited to put this model together, as well as later on in the episode, I will show you a comparison of the Poe Dameron X-Wing Starfighter from The Rise of Skywalker with the one from Force Awakens, as well as the Lego employee gift from 2019, part of the 20th anniversary of Lego Star Wars. That's the Lego Xmas wing, the candy cane one. And I'll also share in that comparison the Red 5 Luke Skywalker X-Wing, which came out 2 years ago. So I'll be giving you 4 X-Wings, as well as the unboxing and the build of this 2020 set. I hope you enjoy it. But before I do, I want to talk a little bit about the UCS Lego Star Destroyer. It's a set that I was made famous talking about on the most popular Lego YouTuber on the planet, Ryan, from Mandar Productions. And look what happened on his YouTube channel.
See a Star Destroyer, you have a lot of huge giant plates and panels and things like that. There is some greebling, like in here, but there's not a ton of greebling like you see on like the UCS Millennium Falcon. I feel like people are really blowing this out of proportion, and I don't understand why so many people are upset about this particular set costing so much. The other thing about this to me that's really fascinating is all these people are saying they're not going to buy this set and that it's a huge giant ripoff, but we have not even seen the set yet. That is blowing my mind.
Now, I never said it was a ripoff. I just said that 700 USD was insane for another UCS set. I'd spent it for the Falcon, but for nothing else. And in my May the 4th 6-part series where I talked about my entire Lego Star Wars collection, I mentioned the fact that while this A-Wing is beautiful, it wasn't for me. Though I was really excited to try to get my hands on this Death Star 2 battle set. So when a sale happened, I couldn't resist. So here's a glimpse into our next episode after this one. Lego Star Wars UCS A-Wing. Premium with purchase Death Star 2 battle. An old school poly bag. And what do you think is in this? Well, here's one giant box. What do you think's in this gigantic box? Let's find out. All right, we'll save the Star Destroyer talk for our next episode. Let's get back to the topic of this one, the Rebel Alliance and some of the ships in their fleet. I've always been a fan of Rebel ships, but I didn't start collecting them until recently. I think one of my absolute favorite Lego Star Wars sets is Home One and this wonderful A-Wing. I didn't realize how big of an A-Wing fan I was till I built this particular set and began assembling my Rebel Alliance team around it. It's just really, Home One is just such a fun set. Before I get into the X-Wing, I want to talk about some of the rest of this Rebel fleet that I've assembled. And here's my A-Wing collection. Not a big fan of the Microfighter, but that sure was cute. But I really enjoy these A-Wings here. my X-Wing collection is a bit diverse, just giving you a glimpse of the 4+ A-Wing and 4+ Snowspeeder with X-Wings, how they all look together in comparison with their system equivalents. As we segue into talking about Poe Dameron's X-Wing, my Rebel fleet was quite small in comparison to my Imperial fleet, and as I showed you in my May the 4th videos, where I went through the Empire, the Gray side, as well as the Rebel Alliance, I took you into this cabinet, where today my Rebel fleet has grown quite extensively from that last shot. And here, just to give you a quick walkthrough again, and you can click on the link above and you can see the full video of my Lego Star Wars collection. From this Rebel Alliance one, you can jump off to the other 5. But just giving you a quick overview of my A-Wings. Home 1 is there, the X-Wings are there, the Xmas wing with that wonderful base. There's Poe's original X-Wing in the back from The Force Awakens. My system set of the Millennium Falcon. Obviously the UCS couldn't fit inside of this cabinet here. The wonderful U-Wing, Y-Wing. I still have the Y-Wing from the Rise of Skywalker to build, which will be put in there. And with the unboxing and the build of Poe's new white and orange X-Wing, that will soon find its home in here as well. Somehow, I'm not exactly sure, it'll be a bit cramped. But my once small Rebel Alliance fleet has really begun to grow over the years. The only thing I'm still missing out on is a B-Wing. And I guess you could say I'm missing out on some of the ships from the prequels, and you're right. I'm missing out on a number of the Jedi Starfighters, which I haven't collected, but I'm certainly excited for this summer's Jedi Interceptor from Anakin. And yeah, I know, the Ghost is missing. You saw the Phantom 2 in the back. I originally owned the Ghost, but I sold it off with the original Phantom, and it's probably the white whale that I will regret having sold off, but we'll save that tale for another day. So there's the Rebel Alliance fleet as she stands now, minus the new addition. So here's the new addition on the left, and that's Poe's X-Wing from the Rise of Skywalker. I've collected a number of X-Wings of different sizes over the years, and I'll just take you through some of them. I really like this classic build. This one came out in about 1999, and I love those printed parts for the wings. This is a giant microfighter that I saw at a mall in Malaysia, and here's that microfighter that I've never built yet. So again, I'm not really a fan of microfighters. I tend to build them and then part them out. Here's Poe's X-Wing. This was actually the first X-Wing system size I ever purchased. And here it is in polybag. I collect all of the polys, but I never build them. And I love this classic ship. Forgot what year this one came out at. Thanks for indulging me. Now it's time for the review. Lego Star Wars Poe Dameron's X-Wing Starfighter from the Rise of Skywalker. Based on what I've watched on YouTube and even in my own opinion, I think everyone agrees that this box art is fantastic, utilizing the greebling with the black. It's just really a nice packaging. All right, let's open this up and see what we have inside. I'm excited that the final Knight of Ren is here. Well, the final that's available now. As you've seen from the leaks, we have 2 more Knight of Ren coming in the ship that will be out in the summer. So we just have about another month or so to go, and then all 6 of the Knight of Ren will be available. All right, just dumping the contents out of this box here, and I'll just walk you through the poly bags that are inside. Of course, here we have the instruction booklet have the bag. There were just 6 bags with this, and just 2 stickers. Can you believe it? Actually 3 stickers. 2 are the same and then 1 was different. So 2 that go on the engine ports, and then 1 that would go on the fuselage. Just a nice package. This was my first green tool. All the other sets that I've opened up have had the orange one. I use the Lego Life app. And if you don't like to use that, then you can certainly just download from the website. And here she is built. She was an easy build, though I had a little bit of a difficulty on the facing her, the left-hand side. I just can't get the rubber bands to work properly. But there it is in comparison to Poe's X-Wing. So there was the Rise of Skywalker versus the Force Awakens. The build is quite different. Here is the Red 5 one from A New Hope that Luke Skywalker piloted, that Rey took over in The Rise of Skywalker. This would be my favorite. So I only own 4 system sets, but the Xmas wing is by far my favorite. The build was a lot of fun, and I just really like the look of it. So here they all are, all 4 of them side by side. They're pretty much comparable with one another in both size and in detail. I would say that the Xmas wing and Luke's Red 5 X-Wing are the most similar to each other, with Poe's and both of Poe's rather being more similar to each other. So it's sort of a grouping here of 2 and 2. I never did buy the Resistance one that was blue and gray. I just have these 4 system sets, and just showing them off to you at all different angles and in positions so you can get a glimpse really about some of the distinctions or difference in size. This one is one of the larger ones for sure, this current white and orange one, followed by Poe's with Luke Red 5 and the Xmas wing being approximately the same type of build. I really enjoy them all. Again, the Xmas wing being my favorite. But I really do like the engines for this latest rendition. And this cockpit will hold both R2-D2 and BB-8, not together, but separately. Whereas the other ones are just specific to a BB-8 unit or an R2 or R5 type unit. And I really love the display stand that came with the Xmas wing. I really wish LEGO would consider doing more combo sets like this. The base stand really adds value. And here it is with Von Reg's tie. The coloring will forever make these Christmas companions in my mind.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember, there's always fresh content simmering on our storytelling stovetop. So whatever happens in this kitchen shouldn't stay in this marketing kitchen. I'm Ron Vining, your host, reminding you to invite your family and friends to the next episode of Marketing Kitchen TV.